Hello and welcome to Rathod Science Academy. Today in this session we are going to see yesterday's and today's current affairs which appeared in our Hindu newspaper. And in yesterday's newspaper there is only one article that I find which is very important. So I added that at last. Okay. And even in our today's newspaper also most of the articles they had already been discussed at their classes. So just I will give you a gist. Okay. Let us see the first article. So before seeing this article, we are conducting All India Scholarship Test on 21st May, right? So the students who have not yet registered, please register to that examination. And regarding that examination process, I will be posting one more video by today evening so that you will be getting details of that, how you have to attend that test, everything on our app, okay? And please do register for sure, guys. The registration form link is given in the description box. Don't forget. Okay, now let us see the first article. So see the title, guys. 17 of a family killed in Hyderabad blaze. So if you are watching news on different news channels yesterday, so this is the highlighted news yesterday. Because of blast of AC compressor in one place in Hyderabad, so around 22 people are living in that same house. So in that 17 people they died. Okay, so recently did we discuss any article regarding this fire accident? Yes, in which area this accident happened recently? Okay, fire accidents. We discussed one data that because of irresponsibility and throwing of that cigarette things, so it is the major cause for accidents in Telangana state. Okay, there itself I discussed even some important things. So after we discussed that data, we already discussed one editorial which said about fire regulation, what are the things that we have to follow to control fire accidents in India, right? Okay, so this article is important from which subject? So this article is talking about fire accident. So this article is important from your GS paper 3 under disaster management. Okay, so what are the things that you have to see here? So you have to see what is a fire accident, and next you have to cover data regarding how many people are dying in India, especially regarding this fire accidents. And recently one report had been released. In that report it said that because of carelessness, it is one important major reason for fire accidents in state of Telangana. You have to add that report also. And next you have to see what is the impact of this fire accident. And next you have to see what are the measures. And this measures is very, very important, guys. And you may get directly a mains question from this topic, or else you may get case study. For example, you are a district magistrate. In your area, there is one report says that a lot of amount of this or large number of this fire accidents are happening in your area. So what are the steps that you will take, or what kind of guidelines you can give to the people? So like that you will be getting question and you have to focus on that. Okay, now let us see this article. So context says that 17 members belonging to a same family. So in that 17 people, 8 are their children, and they killed in a massive fire. So actually the important reason for the death is lack of oxygen. So because of the suffocation they died. Okay, so if you see some data regarding fire accidents in India, according to NCRB, that is National Crimes Record Bureau, so around 7,435 people, they were killed in just 2022 itself. And actually we have National Building Code. So according to that code, we have to build our buildings and we need to have the proper safety systems. So recently in one hotel also, what happened? There was fire eruption which had happened, right? Okay, not only hotels, but even we can see this fire accidents in coaching centers, and as well as fire accidents, especially in hospitals also. Okay, that will be there in news. So here, if you are providing public spaces, then you have to focus on the following conditions which are very much helpful for avoiding of fire accidents. Okay, that such a code we have is National Building Code. So it will provide a central standard for fire safety. So if you are writing any case study regarding this, how to prevent this fire accidents in your area, if you are district magistrate or if you are an IPS officer like that, so you have to add this. So we have to give proper awareness to people regarding this National Building Code because it provides central standard for fire safety. And next one here is, it was published by Bureau of Indian Standards in year 1970, but recently we updated that in year 2016. And actually this code will provide the detailed guidelines on general construction requirements, maintenance and fire safety of the buildings. Okay, and actually it is a mandatory requirement for the state governments to incorporate into their local building bylaws. So it is like a central thing. So even the states also, they have their own laws, right? So it is compulsory for the state government to incorporate that National Building Code in this bylaws which are present in the state. And actually this is because fire services, they comes in the state subject. Yeah, that is the thing. Nothing more than that. Yeah, and see this NDMA guidelines. So actually, if loss of life, loss of property is happening, which comes under disaster management, right? So to control these disasters, at the central level, we have NDMA, that is National Disaster Management Authority. So National Disaster Management Authority also gave certain guidelines to follow to minimize these fire accidents. So under this NDMA, what are the do's and what are the don'ts is? Do's is, first we have to prepare a fire escape plan. So even if you're traveling in public vehicles like buses or trains, you will be having emergency exit. Like that in our homes also, we need to have fire escape plan. Okay. And this one is alert. In case of any fire, so we have to stay calm and we have to raise the alarm. And we have to alert everyone in the building and we have to prioritize escape. We should not stay in that. And this one is, we have to escape. So if you have to escape, we need to have some escape routes and staircases should be there. So we should not use any lift or like this elevators during this fire because they will not function properly during fire and you will be trapping into that. And this one is, you have to stay low to the ground and we have to avoid smoke inhalation. That is very, very important. Because of the smoke inhalation itself, it will cause giddiness and you will be falling unconsciously and it will be the one major cause of death. And this one is, what are the things that you should not do? So you should not be panic. You should not never go back into the burning building for any reason. And you should not use any escalators or you should not open windows or doors without caution, because whenever you're opening windows and doors, air will come. So air will contains oxygen and that will leads to the putting up of or increasing of more fire. Okay, so only for escape itself you have to use that opening of windows or doors. Unless and until you should not open that. So these are the some rules and regulations under this NDMA that we have to follow. Okay, now let us see the next article. See this title. AIWC to manage Tamil Nadu Endangered Species Conservation Fund. Okay, so what is this article talking about? Conservation of animal species. So what is happening now? Climate change is happening and even urbanization is happening. Increasing of global warming, increasing of humans' intervention in this forest. So what is happening now? Whatever the animals who are present or which are living in this forest regions, they are having constant threats, not only from humans, because of urbanization, because of developmental projects, because of climate change, whatnot. So because of this, the number of these animals is decreasing or increasing? So decreasing. So here, for this decreasing, so whichever the species of animals are decreasing in this Tamil Nadu, so Tamil Nadu state government came up with a fund. And this fund is especially focusing on improving of the number of endangered species. So now what happened here is AIWC, that is Advanced Institute of Wildlife Conservation. Now it is going to manage this Tamil Nadu Endangered Species Conservation Fund. So just focus on what is this fund and what is the use of this fund. And this fund is used for which animals in this Tamil Nadu. That's it. Okay. And you will be studying about this endangered, critically endangered, vulnerable, extinct in wild. So that kind of birds you will be seeing in your environment and ecology under IUCN Red List. Okay, we have IUCN Red List. IUCN is one non-governmental organization that will be doing survey and that will be keeping these animals and plants in certain categories based on their number and based on their threats. So here this fund is focusing on endangered species. So endangered species nothing but within three decades, so the number of that animals will be decreased by 70%. If there is decreasing of animals by 90%, they comes under critically endangered category. If 50% decreased means they'll comes under category called as vulnerable. So if any animal which is present in this category, vulnerable or endangered or critically endangered, so we have to see that the number of this so and so animal is decreasing drastically. Lots of threats which are there for this animal. So these threats will be because of climate change or because of global warming or because of human activities, because of mining or because of whatever it may be. Okay. And this topic is important from your environment and ecology, which comes under GS paper 3. So if you see here, Tamil Nadu government is focusing a lot to protect this endangered animal species. So why? Because these animals, they play a very important role in the ecosystem. If suddenly, if one animal is decreasing its number or like if it is becoming extinct, what happens? So other animals which is dependent on these animals will be also getting affected, right? So what happens here is whatever the food chain we have and food web we have, that will be getting affected. That will lead to environmental and ecological imbalance. That is not good for our environment. So because of this, now Tamil Nadu government is focusing on protecting of this endangered species. So for this, government came up with this fund called as Tamil Nadu Endangered Species Conservation Fund. Okay? Yeah. So this fund they will be using for only protecting of endangered and as well as critically endangered species. Yes, see next article. India to apprise FATF of latest evidence on terror infrastructure in Pakistan. So always every year at least twice or thrice you will be seeing this FATF will be news. FATF is nothing but Financial Action Task Force. So what it will do is it will recognize the countries and it will be placing the countries into different lists. So we have two lists, grey list and black list. Okay, so actually terrorism is very huge in which of our neighboring country? Pakistan. And recently Pahalgam issue happened, Operation Sindoor, everything happened, right? So now India wants to give the evidence. What is evidence in this Operation Sindoor? What we did? We strike down 9 terror organizations or terror areas, right? So now India wants to submit this evidence to FATF. What happens if India is submitting this evidence to FATF? FATF will be using that evidence and it will be keeping Pakistan in the list. Already Pakistan is in grey list. Now because of this what happened? It will be going into this blacklist. So how India will be getting benefited if Pakistan is placed in this blacklist? So FATF will be cutting down all the financial transactions, all the bank accounts of that so and so terror organization, so that that terror organization will be not having proper funds, so that they will not promote terrorism. Okay, so just see about what is FATF, and this topic is important from your international relations and also from your GS paper 3 under security, guys. Okay, now let us see this article. So Indian government is preparing to present fresh evidence to FATF, that is Financial Action Task Force, regarding terror base in Pakistan that were targeted in our Operation Sindoor. Okay, the Operation Sindoor, so we clearly saw those 9 important areas and also which terror organization it belongs to it. We have evidence. So now we are going to submit that evidence to FATF. Okay, so what are the points that you have to see? So India is going to present fresh evidences to FATF on terror bases which had been destroyed in this Operation Sindoor. And India will raise Pakistan's terror patronage concerns at this international forums. Why India came up with this step? What happened recently in Pakistan with IMF? IMF is releasing $1 billion funds, and India is having lots of concern regarding that, right? So they are going to use that money for terror financing and terror funding. So to stop that, even India didn't vote it for in the favor of releasing of funds for Pakistan, even the IMF released that, right? So now we are having the concerns like terror attack can happen. So because of this, now India wants to do or to take some alternate step to control this. So this is that alternate step. So we are going to submit that data to FATF, and FATF will be taking steps, and it will be freezing the accounts of this so-and-so terror organization so that they will be not getting funds. So even though Pakistan government gets the funds from IMF, if they wants to divert into these people, if these accounts of these organizations will be freezed, means they'll be not getting the proper funds. Okay, we did retaliation towards that through this giving of evidences to this FATF. Yes. So Pakistan was recently removed from this FATF grey list in October 2022, but it is under monitoring. And now if you are giving this evidence, means either it will be placed in the grey list or it will be placed in the blacklist. So this is the one important reason how we can control this Pakistan's terror organizations or terror attacks in India. So if you are writing any answer regarding terrorism is an important problem, and how we are tackling that problem, means you have to write about this FATF organization for sure. So we have FATF organization, so which will be controlling the terror funding. So we can use this FATF to control this terror attacks in India. Okay, because you will be getting for sure question regarding terrorism this year. Okay, yeah, that is the thing. And if you see some facts regarding this FATF is intergovernmental policy making and standard setting body, and it is focusing on combating of money laundering and as well as terrorist funding or terror financing. So these are the two important works. First one is to combat money laundering and even to prevent this terror financing. An important objective it is to establish international standards, and they want to develop and promote policies at national and as well as international level. And they want to combat this money laundering and terror financing for sure. And they will also develop policies across various countries to combat this terror financing. And when it came into picture, so please make a note. So it came in 1989, that too at G7 summit in Paris. Okay, let us see the next article. What is the title? A caste census is not a silver bullet for social justice. So what is the keyword? Caste census. So what is the caste census? So we are going to have population census in 2026, right? So in that we are going to add one column, that is to which caste they belong to. That is called as caste census. And already we discussed about what is this caste census, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, right? So just refer those. There is nothing new. And see this next article. Did we discuss this or not? What is a presidential reference? Yes, which article talks about this presidential reference? Article 143. Okay. So why president asked 14 questions to Supreme Court? What is the history? What is the background? Yes, it is regarding Tamil Nadu governor power of passage of bill. So there, which articles talks about the power of governor and power of presidents in the passing of bills? Article 200 and Article 201. So what is the judgment given by Supreme Court recently regarding this powers of governor?
Within 3 months.
Yeah, within 1 month they have to pass the bill. Next one is within 3 months they have to take the time whether to pass or whether to reject that bill, not more than this timeline. And we discussed that, right? The same thing which is given here. So the advisory jurisdiction of Supreme Court under 143 is a relic of Government of India Act. Very important point, write down. So this presidential reference is given under Government of India Act of 1935. So actually here you can get a question. So recently presidential reference article 143 is in use. So which of the following act says about it? And they may give question like Government of India Act 1858, Government of India Act 1935, Government of India Act 1909, Government of India Act 1990. So like that you will be getting these questions and these acts that you will be studying in your polity. Okay. So please make a note, it is the relic of Government of India Act of 1935, and this year students who are going to write this examination prelims, you have to know this for sure. Yeah, that's it. The same story, nothing new. And see this article, manuscripts mission to be launched by Prime Minister. So what is this article talking about? This article is talking about National Manuscripts Mission. Okay, so our Prime Minister is going to launch this National Manuscript Mission on June 9th. So actually this scheme was announced in our budget 2025 to 2026 and we are going to launch. So because of this is in news. And 2026 students, you will be getting question on this. Okay, National Manuscript Mission, and 2025 mains students, they have to focus on this. Okay, now let us see some facts regarding this. Actually, we are focusing on documenting, conserving, and as well as disseminating this knowledge of these manuscripts. So just to see what is this manuscripts. Manuscripts nothing but old age written things. It may be written on any palm leaves, or it may be written on the stones, it may be written on the books, anywhere they're written. So they want to store that because they will give valuable insights regarding what happened in that era. So especially in your history, you want evidences, right? So that evidences you will be getting from this manuscripts. So whenever we are documenting all this, whenever we are preserving all this, yes, we can improve our history, culture or not? Yes. So for that we came up with this project. And we want to preserve and we have to unearth the vast manuscript wealth of India. Okay. So they mainly includes different themes, textures, aesthetics, scripts, languages, calligraphies, illuminations and illustrations. And actually in our country, 75% of our manuscripts are in Sanskrit language and 25% they are in regional languages. And what are the objectives? The first one is we have to locate manuscripts through national level survey and post survey, and we have to document them, each and every manuscripts, not only like in the offline way. So we are also focusing on electronic database also, and we have to conserve those manuscripts of both indigenous and as well as modern methods of conservation. And as well as we have to even train the next generation of scholars regarding how you have to use that manuscripts and how you have to decipher the things. And we want to promote access to the manuscript by the digital things, because now this generation people and the next generation people, they'll be not reading the books, only they want online things. And even now text to speech applications they came, not even they are looking at what is there in the spellings also, but just they are listening what is there in that books. So because of this, we need to have obviously this digital maintenance of these manuscripts for the future generations. And we have to promote the access to this manuscripts, and we have to go for the publications of the critical editions, and we have to focus on awareness about these manuscripts, people engagement, seminars, publications, awareness, everything, so that the people, they will come forward and they will use this. Okay, so these are the very important topics that appeared in our today's newspaper, and as well as in yesterday's newspaper, just I added this only manuscript mission. So see that, guys. And by this I'm concluding, and please do register, and I will be recording a small video regarding how to take the test on 21st May, guys, and I will be uploading by today evening. And thank you so much. And if you like this class, please do like this class, and please do share this class, and do subscribe to Rathod Science Academy. And please, if you have time, so please you can also give the review of our analysis. Thank you, guys.